Luke, knocked helplessly from his tauntaun by the evil Wampa and dragged through the snow, the Wampa brings him to his evil lair. But the lair's not finished. Come on. Today on our Star Wars LEGO Hoth MOC, we are back at the Wampa Cave. So first of all, Assistant's going to be working on the front of the Wampa Cave to make it a little less flimsy. He's going to be working on the interior parts of the walls, and then he is going to put on a roof. And finally, we were going to have our special minifigure, which was kind of already given away, as we're going to hang Luke inside the Wampa Cave, where he might meet his ultimate doom, or he might chop off an arm. Either way, let's get to it.
Alright guys, so today we are going to be moving back over to the Wampa Cave. And there's a bunch of stuff that I'd like to do with this particular area of the MOC. First of all, there is this kind of interior section here, and I don't like the way it's positioned. As you can see right here in the corner, there's a little bit of whiteness moved right there, so I kind of want to add some more detail, and then maybe move this in. So, I got to do that. And then the front of this doesn't really line up with the other side of the mountain section here, so I want to make this a more smooth transition. And then I also want to extend the Wampa Cave out probably to about there, just because, we got to get Luke in here.
Damn these stubby arms!
The Wampa Cave goes about there, which means we're also probably gonna have to build another one of these back wall plates. So the first thing we're gonna do is kind of remove all this up in here, and then we're going to re-detail it. So let's get into it. All right, so how are we going to do this? Well, everything in here is just kind of precariously balanced. So I'm just gonna kind of take off this here wall segment, but we still got some stuff that didn't come off completely. This guy right here, just moved it over one. So instead of being positioned here with a one stud gap right there, we're just gonna move it over one stud. There we go. Now that's locked into place. And now we've got something that looks a little better here in the corner by the Wampa, so everything's tucked in there, nice and neat.
Oh, it's beautiful.
All right, so there is the Wampa Cave entrance, and what I did here is I kind of moved I moved it out just a couple studs to where it was. It was all over against this wall. Now it's moved out a little bit, so it's a little more secure. But that still leaves this chunk here. Essentially, it's gonna go at an angle now. So what I'm going to do, how I'm going to actually affix all of this, is I'm going to snot up this wall here, and then we're going to build onto it. There is one concern, as you can see right up in this area, the flow of the ice doesn't really flow into this. So what I'm going to do, just to make things easier on myself, is to just direct the flow of all of these white pieces and the white ice pieces towards the new section, just to make things look a little nicer. But anyway, time to snot this up. All right guys, so check it out. We have put up this greebling work here, and by greebling I mean the foundation for the greebling. There is the snot. This is the snot technique I'm going to use here to kind of smooth out into here up into the Wampa Cave entrance. So yeah, it's just a little more secure and sturdy. Another thing I did was over here up on the lid or the roof, I kind of started to rise up, so once we put the roof on, it's going to be nice and a smooth transition. All right, so I've kind of added on some more stuff here right along here. Added up some details. I also removed some stuff up here, but I wanted to get a flat line, so when we go to put the stud on top like that, it's flush with the top. So yeah, eventually I'll put these in here and then, secure them. For now, I'm just gonna continue kind of working from the bottom topward. All right, guys, so there we have it. There is the greebling. I put it on here and I blended it in here a little well, and I also blended it in over here. So yeah, if we take a step back, we can see it blends a little more, and at least from an far, yeah, there's some googly-gack going on in there. We might smooth that over in the future, but for right now, I think it looks pretty good. And it's a little hard to show you guys, I apologize. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good for what it is, and I think it blends a lot better. But the next thing I wanted to show you is I started working on the walls here for the roof, and then I also have a back supporting wall. We are going to eventually add greebling on the inside of these walls, just like we did here. Maybe not as much because we don't really have enough room. Right now, I think we're just going to build up our wall and then put a roof over top, and then we've got to, of course, you know, put greeble over along here and then on top of the Wampa cave. But I do have something cool to show you that goes right here. So let's pull it out. All right, so this is what I wanted to show you. This is a little ice cave thing, and this is where Luke is going to be hanging from. And I know we usually add the minifigures in later, but we're gonna add him in now. So here's a Luke. So we're gonna put him in the center like so. If we bring her over to the Wampa cave, we have these two pegs. That's this, just slides on into, and then connects up, just like so. And then we've got this nice effect where Luke, I'll show you from the rear. So yeah, there's Luke hanging in the evil Wampa's lair. And then also, another thing I added are these little cutouts right here. And there's nothing much I can do about this, unfortunately. I want to come back to that in the future. Orientate these differently.
I gotta make sure you can still see Jar Jar.
Yeah, so you'll be able to...
That's not Jar Jar, I mean just the Gungan.
You'll be able to come up here and like, oh look, there's a Gungan in there. And then you'll be able to also come up and say, oh, Wampa. And then if you rotate this way, then you can see Luke deep in there. It's a little hard to show on camera, but in person it will work well for,
I see him.
For what it is. So right now we are just going to apply the roof. So I'm just going to kind of put a roof over top of this, and then we will talk about what we're doing in the next couple episodes. All right, so there we have it. There is the roof looking pretty good. And then of course we've got our cutouts so you can see the evil Wampa's lair. So hopefully this is going to work well. If not, we'll have to change it. But for now, we're just going to be using these cutouts. We're also going to be doing the same thing over here for our control center, which is actually going to be next week's episode. So we're going to have these little cutouts you can see in the medical chamber. That's this room right here. And then along this hallway, we'll have more cutouts so you can see into the control room. But anyway, you know, for right now, I think these cutouts are a good look. As far as the Wampa cave overall, there's some stuff that I don't like right now. Like this transition, of course, needs to be groomed up. All along here needs to be detailed. Top needs to be detailed. It needs to be brought into here. This needs to be fixed up. We need to add greebling to this wall right here, which is, here's the Wampa cave entrance, this wall. And then if we rotate around, as you can see, there's no back side. And then the inside of the Wampa cave, not that it matters, this wall isn't detailed. But I think we're gonna keep it like that, just so it's not so cramped in here. So if we take a look, kind of, now it's hard to show you guys this, but if we take a look in here by the Wampa, he's a little close to this wall. And when you're looking in through these view holes, you can only really see that back wall, which is detailed. So we will eventually detail this wall, but this exterior wall, I don't think we're going to detail. And then this right here is bothering me a little bit. I wanna see if I can fix that up in the next Wampa cave update. So still work that needs to be done, but for right now, I think we are definitely moving along and moving in the right direction. So, I mean, there's the Wampa cave. You know what happened to Luke, you know, he might make it out. And of course, we're gonna have to add some other stuff like a lightsaber launcher for our old pal Luke hanging out right in there. But the Wampa cave, we're not gonna be going back to that, at least soon, as far as the next couple weeks go. next week, we will be working on our our control chamber here. Leaky has a bunch of details that he wants to add in here. He also wants to do some more stuff around Echo Base in general because, you know, this is the majority of the MOC. We've got a lot of stuff going on. After that video, we're gonna kind of go far out here. We're going to be working on DAC speeder, and then after that, we're going to be working on our trenches. So that's usually, we only go one video out, but there you go. We got lots of stuff coming, and you're gonna have to stay tuned to see it. But overall, I think the Wampa Cave turned out amazing. What do you guys think? Of course, there's more updates to come. Once we do eventually finish off this whole kind of mound area, we will be moving over to this side and build that mound, and then of course add in our scenes, being the Ghost Obi-Wan scene, or the Tauntaun scene, and then the Ghost Obi-Wan scene. And of course we got to finish up this scene over here with the probe droid and Han. But there's so much stuff we got to do. But for this week, that is going to do it, guys. So if you liked it, make sure to like this video. If you disliked it, dislike the video. That's gonna do it. So I'll see you guys in the next one.
All right, great work, assistant. Thanks once again, everybody, for watching. Don't forget, we're here each and every Wednesday in our LEGO Star Wars Hoth MOC video series. On Fridays, we have our fun videos, and on Monday, we have unboxings. We have an Instagram account, so don't forget to check that out. Also, join our Discord server and talk with members of the Lobricks community. And if you want, you can become a member. We are doing more Tatooine videos, but it's only for the members. Eventually, we're going to show an update to Tatooine on the regular channel, but for now, you got to become a member. So with all of that, once again, I really appreciate you guys for coming. I am Leaky Trooper. I will see you in the next one. I am out of here, and bye.